Years ago, when I was very, very fortunate and got a job out of college in Las Vegas, working for a baseball team, the Las Vegas Stars. So I did that for a couple of years, sales, couple innings of play-by-play, and then I transitioned into working for a local NBC affiliate, KVBC, a Valley Broadcasting Company. Late Jim Rogers was willing to hire me. I was a weekend sports guy, and then a sports director. And during that, one of the things that I'm from the Pacific Northwest, as many of you know, that was really cool for me is sports books. I'd never been to a sports book. I'd never been to Vegas. So I hung out in sports books a lot. I thought they were the coolest things in the world. I would finish my 11 o'clock sportscast on a Friday during the football season. I would go to Palace Station on Sahara, not far from my station in North Las Vegas, and I would place bets, college football bets, have a 99-cent breakfast, meet some guys, and then I would go home, sleep in. Back then, you'd wake up in the morning and, the Florida State Seminoles would be facing the Miami Hurricanes at 9 in the morning. Now they put all the really good college football games mostly in the late afternoon and night. But I loved sports books, and I loved the guys that run them. And it was very obvious. There were two things where the books made a killing, and they were completely electric. NFL Sundays and March Madness. And this past year, the NFL ratings were up. And what is significant about that? 54 quarterbacks or close played. That means backups played as much NFL football as almost in any year ever in league history. 54 different quarterbacks played. So the ratings shouldn't be great, right? The stars drive any sport. But the ratings were up, and the ratings are up because of gambling, the rollout of gambling in this country, and which I'm a proponent of and have been forever. So the other thing that was wild to see. So when I moved to Vegas out of college, the Runnin' Rebels, Jerry Tarkanian, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, Anderson Hunt, Moses Scurry, Stacey Augmon, did I say that? Greg Anthony. I got to cover that team. It was wild. But I would hang out in these sports books like everybody else, eating cheap food, drinking beer, March Madness, and the NFL. And other sports, certainly you'd have action, but those moved the needle, and they still do. So the March Madness ratings have been really strong. And people tend to have opinions that work for their agenda. If you hate the NBA, you're like, see, the basketball's better. No, it's not. There's no reason college basketball is getting these ratings. Nobody knows any of the players. I mean, if you're a Miami Hurricane fan, you do, but San Diego State fans don't know. Again, if you followed college basketball 20 years ago, the stars, the Patrick Ewings 25 years ago, Christian Laettners, they came back for a third or fourth year. Now, if you go to a street in Smith and look at their All-American team, it's like 4 freshmen. They were in high school the year before. It's a very transitional sport, very transactional. And then you throw the portal into it. Christ, half the league, there's 360 Division I programs. 5 kids per team are transferring. It is just a non-stop merry-go-round of one and done, players in and out of universities and programs. There's no real emotional, visceral connection, most casual fans to the teams. You know the coach, maybe. You know the brand of Kansas or Syracuse. You don't know the players. And we don't watch soccer just because of soccer. The soccer that gets the most views has the biggest stars, the biggest brands, English Premier League. And so there's no reason for college basketball. You don't watch just for passion. Little League World Series has passion. It doesn't get huge ratings. A lot of things have passion. The College Baseball World Series has passion. It doesn't get huge ratings. We bet on 2 things in America, the NFL and March Madness. And I'm watching this weekend. I don't know any of these Creighton players. I don't follow Creighton basketball. You can pretend you do. You don't. People within 100 miles of that school, unless they went there, they don't know who plays for Creighton. So I think it's great, but it shows you the importance of that connection to betting on sports. And we're really seeing it. I think it's been a lot of fun. But I'm not going to lie. A big part of it is you're not turning off games, even lopsided games, because you want to see if you hit the over or the under of the line. It's the power. If you really look at the people that have left sort of traditional linear TV, if you look at cord cutting in cable, sports ratings should not be going up. You can make a lot of reasons why people are or are not watching stuff. College basketball, NFL, the big winners in the legalization of sports betting.